The Passing of Grandison is a short story by Charles W. Chesnutt, first published in his 1899 collection, The Wife of His Youth and Other Stories of the Color Line. Set in the early 1850s, a decade before the onset of the U.S. Civil War, the narrative unfolds against a backdrop of escalating anti-slavery sentiments in the North and pro-slavery sentiments in the South. Chesnutt employs satire, humor, and irony to engage with weighty themes such as the inhumanity of American slavery, racial prejudice, and the complexities of individual identity. The tale commences with the assertion, when it is said that it was done to please a woman, there ought perhaps to be enough said to explain anything, for what a man will not do to please a woman is yet to be discovered. This witticism, articulated by an unnamed third-person narrator, serves as a prelude to the ensuing narrative. In a bid to win the heart of Charity Lomax, a wealthy young Southerner named Dick Owens endeavors to emancipate one of his father's many enslaved individuals. The story unfolds against the backdrop of the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, which stipulated severe penalties for those aiding enslaved persons in their escape. Dick's attempt to free a slave is juxtaposed with Charity's admiration for an abolitionist who sacrificed his freedom for the cause. When Dick seeks Charity's approval by proposing a similar act, she doubts his resolve, deeming him lazy. Determined to prove himself, Dick plans to assist an enslaved individual, initially selecting Tom but ultimately opting for Grandison, a slave deemed abolitionist-proof by his father due to his perceived loyalty. Through intricate character dynamics and moral dilemmas, Chesnutt's story navigates the complexities of loyalty, sacrifice, and the blurred lines between personal ambition and ethical duty in a society deeply entrenched in the throes of slavery and its moral repercussions. Dick's aspiration is that Grandison, immersed in the company of liberated black individuals and abolitionists in New York, will catch the virus of freedom. However, each day in the North, Dick leaves Grandison to his own devices, anticipating his disappearance upon his return to their lodgings, only to find Grandison steadfastly present day after day. Disheartened by the lack of progress in New York, Dick relocates to Boston, resorting to writing anonymous missives to renowned abolitionists, warning them of a purported wicked slaveholder planning to affront the liberty-loving populace by parading his slave in town. Despite these efforts, Dick's schemes are repeatedly foiled. When Grandison disregards the abolitionists' influence and expresses a desire to return to Kentucky, Dick's frustration mounts. Unable to achieve Grandison's escape as planned, Dick reverses course, deciding to abandon Grandison instead. Recognizing the peril of attempting this in the U.S. under the Fugitive Slave Act, Dick and Grandison journey to the Canadian side of Niagara Falls, where Dick leaves Grandison behind before notifying his father of the escape via letter. Initially irate, the colonel eventually resigns to disappointment, attributing the incident to the abolitionists. Dick confides in Charity, who, recognizing his recklessness and need for guidance, agrees to marry him. A week post-wedding, Grandison resurfaces at the plantation, prompting the colonel's jubilation and reinforcing his convictions about the abolitionists' malice and the loyalty of his enslaved individuals. Grandison is promoted to serve indoors and permitted to wed an enslaved woman, Betty. However, 3 weeks later, the colonel awakens to discover Grandison, Betty, and their extended kin missing. Despite his efforts to retrieve them, the escapees are aided by a well-coordinated plan, evading capture and heading towards Canada on a steamboat, symbolizing a triumphant escape orchestrated by the clandestine network of the Underground Railroad. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.